What's up, you fools? Mad ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel. Welcome back. This is the ESC United expert panel. And keep in mind, I'm doing this air quotation because I really don't mean expert. It's just the name. Get over it. But what we do is we judge all the songs and then we share our scores at the very end. And then we rank them, of course, and see which one is the team's favorite, I should say. And next up in our review is Lithuania with their never-ending national final, although this year was a little shorter for a change. And ultimately, after all these shows, we had a winner. It's Jurij. Is that how you pronounce his name? The name of the song is Run with the Lions.
Come on, let your feelings out. Come on, get your freedom now. Run wild, run with the lions.
Which, please do not try at home, kids. This is not a good idea, but that's the name of the song. Do we like it? Do we not like it? Only one way to find out. Let's talk about it. Calvin, what are your thoughts about Lithuania?
So when I realized that the person who provided the vocals for Lolita Zero's Get Frightened was going to be singing Lithuania's entry, I knew I was going to really be intrigued by it. And I think the song is just a little bit dull, unfortunately. I do like the synths in the verses. Those are really enjoyable. But what kind of takes me away from the verses is when that percussion comes in. And I think that's the problem with the chorus as well, where that kind of takes over everything. And I also don't like the ooh whoa bits when he gets to the chorus. Those kind of irk me somewhat. So I just think the song, even though it has a performer who definitely, and yes, there is a certain level of personality that shines through in the vocal and in the live performances, I just think the song isn't really there and doesn't really add anything new or do a whole lot to keep me interested or make me want to hit the replay button.
Okay. How about you, Zach?
Yeah, I have to agree with Calvin. I feel like for a singer who has so much Eurovision-related history, he sang backup in 2013. 2015 was part of the first same-sex kiss between two men in Eurovision.
Oh, he was one of them? I didn't even know that. Oh, really?
Yeah, he was one of the performers. I know there was a same-sex kiss in the interval act, but for him to be one of the artists and then to sing backup for Lolita Zero, I just, I was kind of expecting more than this kind of middle-of-the-road plotter. And I just feel like at this point, the song still sort of sounds like a demo. And I'm not sure if they're working on a revamper now, but I just feel like there's something missing in the song that doesn't give it its depthness that it needs. And he's a very capable singer. He's all about the higher notes. It's not falsetto because one of our friends said, men can't sing falsetto; they sing countertenor. I don't know, but the high notes, when he goes up to his falsetto, I think he actually has a really good voice. It's just I don't know. The song sort of just plods along for 3 minutes and then it's over, and it's not really like running with the lions. It's more like taking a walk with your kitten.
Hey, nothing against kittens, please.
I love kittens.
I love my cats. Me too. All right, how about you, Samuel?
I think it's a marvelous song, actually. I love the lyrics. I love the performance. I think it's very simple. He's beautiful. I like the effects that they added in the final performance. I think it's just a very nice pop song. It's very well written. I don't think why people like it, Monica Maria, so much. She's very good, of course. And I think it's Light On, the song that she performed. It's also very good. But I think this was the rightful winner in the national selection. It was my favorite. I was so happy when it won. And I think I'm going to be very excited if it makes to the final. It's one of my favorites in the semifinal too. I just love the song. I just love the performance. It's it pushes all the buttons for me. It's just so good.
All right, so we got one fan here for sure. I felt really bad, almost for Monica in the national final because she actually withdrew one of her songs, had to pay a fine for it. Yeah, had to pay a fine so that her other song, Light On, would actually have a better chance of winning, and then she didn't. So that was kind of fun. But I must I do agree with Sanyo that it was my favorite in the national final that ran with the Lions. But overall, I agree with Zach and Calvin. It's just kind of vanilla to me. And that was because I just cannot get melodically into it a whole lot. I feel also it feels a little bit more of a demo. I feel like there is the oomph missing in the arrangement that really gives me that moment. He's a good singer, and I like him. He's charismatic. I just don't think the song carries it. But I find Lithuania often sends these songs where everyone's like, it's kind of like whatever. And then they do really well, at least qualify at Eurovision. So I'm not counting this one out, but it's one of those songs I usually try to share some insight, some fun thing, but I'm like, it's just okay. I have no issues with it. I just not jumping out of my chair when it's on, and it's a little bit more on the forgettable side for me. It's an okay song with an okay everything. So if I have to use one word to describe it now, it's okay. That is my opinion about that one. Not much else to add. So let's move right onto the points. So, Calvin, what's your score?
I do think there are certain compelling aspects to it, but the song, the bass element, just isn't there for me. I gave it a 4, and while I still have a platform, I would like to thank Zach for letting me go first. We had a bit of an off-screen fight about who would get to bring up the Lolita Zero thing.
Well, now we need to figure out what Zach gave it. What's your score?
You're welcome. I give it a 5. Usually I have something to say about the song, but I feel like I said everything. It's a 5.
Yeah, and you after that, because I'm like, this is going to be a very short video. I can give you my score, and I have nothing else to add. A 5.5 for me, though, because it's like, yeah, it's good enough, but it doesn't move mountains. So
I feel like we're gonna get the wrath.
No,
right
I mean,
now.
I don't know. We're gonna see the overall score at the end, and see if we're in line with the rest of them. What about you, Sanya? What's your score?
Man, this is not vanilla. This is caramel, and I'm eating it up. This is a 10 for me. It's a fantastic song. It's
Wow.
a 10.
So there's that one cheerleader that you have, and again, I don't think anyone has anything like against the song. It just doesn't,
Yeah.
doesn't
It's
do
also
much for us.
grown on me some. It's starting to grow.
There you go. But you don't have that much time at Eurovision. That's the problem, right? And it needs
But
to be
like,
constant.
he went to Switzerland. I think it's Switzerland. I'm not sure because one of the composers is Swiss. I think I'm not sure, but it's going to be revamped.
That I'm waiting for that. Maybe it adds a little oomph that I need for to go a little bit more like yay about it. But let's see if the ESC United team agrees with Sania or the rest of us. As I'm going to reveal the overall score, we added all ESC United folks, their votes together. Over 20 votes have been received, and Lithuania received a total of. Sania, are you sitting comfortable? Because I know you're not. You're gonna 5.50.
Oh my god!
So, interestingly enough, that is exactly what I gave it, 5.5. So I'm the average, I guess. I'm average. I don't like calling myself average, but that's what I am again, apparently, for the day.
You're not average. You're mediocre.
Oh, that's way better.
High five, Zach. That was awesome.
All right. I'm ordinary, I guess. So, Sanyo, I think are you surprised, though, in all seriousness, that it's that low? Or were you thinking like you were more the exception?
Nah, I'm not surprised actually, but I think people are going to be surprised in May because I think this song is the kind of song that appeals to a wide audience, but it doesn't really makes the fans, it's not the fan favorites. It doesn't sound like a fan favorite. It's just not Eurovision-ish, but I think this song is going to appeal to a wide audience. It's like, for example, my mother is going to vote for this song. It's one of her favorites. My husband that hates Eurovision, he loves this song. So I think that it's going to appeal to those that are not in the Eurovision bubble. And if you check in the official website, it's one of the songs that's has most views in YouTube. So it could be, a surprise, in May.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not counting out qualification because Lithuania is in a really good semi. They have Ireland, they have Norway, they have the United Kingdom, they have Latvia, they have Russia. All these countries voting for it. They get a huge boost in the televote. So that would need to be kind of brought down by a really bad jury score. So right now, they're definitely on my radar as far as qualification is concerned. So I can definitely see this one doing better than we anticipate. It just doesn't do much for me. But that's just us. That's just us. Don't believe us. Share your thoughts. You can leave your thoughts below in the comment section right here, right now. We would love to hear from you. In addition, there is a link in the description box to the poll. Vote in the poll. You want to give it 10? You want to give it 9? Do you want to give it 1? It's your call. There will be a separate reader voting, and our full scores and the full ranking of all the songs we have reviewed so far is also available. We got to go. We got to review the next country. So have a good day.